The diplomatic reception hall of Station Meridian hummed with the gentle chatter of a dozen species, each representative carefully selected for their peaceful demeanor and commitment to galactic harmony. Ambassador Lyra Voss stood near the refreshment table, delicate porcelain cup balanced in her palm, steam rising from the Earl Grey she'd insisted the station synthesizers replicate perfectly. She took a slow, measured sip, savoring the bergamot notes. Earth tea was one of the few luxuries she refused to compromise on, even 70,000 light-years from home. The Krillian delegate was mid-sentence about trade agreements when the first weapon appeared. A neural disruptor, if Lyra's assessment was correct, emerging from beneath the robes of what she believed was a Centauri merchant. Then another. And another. 12 figures throughout the hall simultaneously revealed an arsenal that would have made a battalion envious. Time seemed to crystallize. The other diplomats froze, their survival instincts from peaceful worlds leaving them paralyzed. But Lyra's world hadn't been peaceful. Earth, that gravity-cursed, atmosphere-scarred ball of evolutionary nightmares, had forged humanity in fire and flood, in predators and pathogens that made most alien species faint at the documentation alone. She took another sip of tea. The nearest attacker, a being she now recognized as a Vex mercenary, swung his plasma rifle toward the Krillian delegate. Lyra's free hand shot out, fingers closing around the barrel with the casual precision of someone who'd grown up dodging Earth's infamous wildlife. She twisted, using the weapon's own momentum and the Vex's overconfidence to send him spinning. The rifle clattered away as she pivoted, her teacup never wavering. A blade whistled past her ear. Without looking, Lyra shifted her weight. Years of surviving Earth's unpredictable weather patterns had given humans an almost preternatural sense of spatial awareness. The attacker stumbled past her, and her foot found his ankle. He went down hard. The tea remained level, steam still rising in delicate spirals. Two more rushed her simultaneously, a coordination that might have worked on soldiers from gentler worlds. But Lyra had grown up on a planet where the rain could burn skin, where the smallest insects carried venom that could drop a large mammal, where the very plants competed in an arms race of toxins. Reading body language, predicting movement, these weren't combat skills to her. They were Tuesday. She ducked under a stun baton, redirected its wielder into his companion, and claimed both their weapons in the space of a heartbeat. The devices joined the growing pile at her feet as she straightened, taking another contemplative sip. The remaining attackers hesitated. This wasn't the plan. The human was supposed to be a diplomat, not a. Lyra moved through them like water flowing downhill, inevitable and graceful. Each motion economy itself, each defense becoming an offense, each attack redirected until weapons littered the floor like fallen leaves. Her training from Earth's elite peacekeeping forces merged with instincts honed on a world where evolution had never learned mercy. Within 90 seconds, all 12 attackers lay disarmed, groaning on the polished floor. Station security burst through the doors, weapons drawn, only to find Ambassador Voss standing amid the chaos, not a hair out of place. She raised her teacup to the stunned security chief in a small salute and took another sip. Still hot. Perfect temperature, really. I believe, she said, her voice carrying the same calm warmth as her beverage, we'll need to reschedule the trade negotiations. Perhaps beef up your security screening protocols as well. The Krillian delegate, still processing what he'd witnessed, managed a shaky nod. He'd read the files on Earth, of course, classified as a Class 12 Deathworld, the second highest rating in the known galaxy. But reading about a planet where even the weather was actively hostile was different from watching one of its inhabitants dismantle a dozen armed mercenaries while maintaining proper tea-drinking etiquette. Lyra finished her Earl Grey and gently placed the empty cup on its saucer. Lovely reception, she said pleasantly. Same time next week.